Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Winky Squid podcast. Unfortunately for you guys here on the YouTubes, there's going to be no video. We tried to do an upgrade. We were recording with Isaac's phone, but the quality was just too good for you guys. The 4Ks would not go onto my computer. So unfortunately, we tried to get better with the camera, but instead we got worse. So it's still a pretty good episode in my opinion, so you can stick around for that. But unfortunately, no visuals. So enjoy.
Yeah.
Every guest has to leave us a booger.
Every guest has to bring us something.
And then in 10 years we're gonna like roll it down
Have
a hill.
this giant ball of boogers.
It's gonna be so
This is our
boogers and
souvenir
earwax.
ball after 10 years.
Welcome to the
And
Winky Squid
gum.
podcast.
Gum.
I guess that was our intro.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
guest intro. Welcome back,
That's the
everybody.
first time, I
Back.
think.
So-
Today we got episode 40, and it's a revolutionary day when it comes to the Winky Squid. We have finally, in a 2-to-1 vote between the guests and the host and the permanent guest, decided to allow women on the show.
We did.
John voted
Equality.
no.
Equal rights.
We don't know if it's a good idea yet, but yeah, these are our first females on the podcast.
Yeah,
And the only females they will ever know.
And we
It's an
made the
honor,
biggest
really.
mistake of having two on.
that's correct. We don't often
We're-
have 5 people on, but when we do, it's usually a train wreck. So
We're gonna try extra hard to not.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
I'm gonna
trying.
try not to ruin
They
this.
separated us.
It's like
Yeah, because they wouldn't stop making out.
it's
That's
true.
That's actually false.
We've
I got
never
behind the
made
scenes
out.
footage
False.
here.
It's
Okay,
allegedly.
Go to our Patreon to see behind the.
go to our only.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, this is like a train, but like you have 4 different tracks and you can go in between them.
One of them's good, and then like the other 3 all lead to like dynamite.
Yeah, it's like those things. You can,
Where are the other 3?
And I'm the
Hereditary.
train conductor, but I'm also blind.
yeah,
We
and
are
I'm also
blind.
like fighting you with a sword at the moment.
you didn't know what
You're
you
fighting.
Got
You're,
yourselves
you're
And
the
then-
one trying to get
And
it
then
off
somebody
track.
else has a
No.
pistol. And they
Wait,
just, like,
no. I have a sword. I'm protecting you from the off track.
And I'm
From
the guy with
probably,
the
like,
pistol.
You're the guy with the
Sophie.
pistol shooting
She's
people.
trying to get us
Shooting
to
the guy
go
with
into
the
the
sword.
dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have like a 2x4 and you're hitting those things to turn the train.
Oh,
What are
yeah,
those
yeah.
things called?
The switch tracks.
Yeah, we're hitting those to try and
One
like.
time I switched an actual switch track.
Really?
Yeah, I went up to a train track. There was a switch track, and I went.
One
And I
time,
was like, all right, I put that back.
one time I was watching an episode of Curious George, and he did that.
Whoa.
I was watching an episode of How It's Made and I was like, that's so cool.
How they
Don't
do
worry,
it.
the tracks were abandoned. The tracks like what's on.
Don't worry, there was a train coming.
Don't worry, I saw it coming. I was like, oh, I better switch that back first. And then it got stuck halfway between.
that
Yeah.
probably didn't happen.
We'll do our.
Actually, it did.
Actually,
I actually
it probably
did.
I
I feel like
believe you.
as your sister, she would know.
No, she wasn't there.
I don't remember
it.
it,
Was
so
me,
it
and I'm
didn't
gonna
happen.
leave the other person unnamed. But we went and played on some tracks and turned the switch track.
5
Oh.
skin.
I feel like it
It was
was.
not 5 skin.
We have to use nicknames. I got this down.
I feel like it was Matthew.
No,
Could have been.
We're
no.
not saying names.
that
Not
was when
saying
Matthew and
names.
Trey. That was a different time with Matthew and Trey.
No,
when
that was
Trey
the night
couldn't
we all
remember
went
his
out
address.
and walked across the train tracks because we were going somewhere and we had to get across the tracks. And then a cop watched us cross the tracks and was like, "Yeah, you can't touch the tracks." And we're like, "Screw you!" And then he was
I'll
like,
play the cop, you play you and Trey. Howdy there, partner. You can't cross these tracks here.
we were like, "Yeah, we were just crossing." He's like, "Do you own the tracks?" And we're like, "No."
Do you?
Do you?
Do you? Yeah, exactly. And he's like, "Can I get all your info?" And Trey's like, "I don't know what my phone number is or my address or how old I am or what my name is."
Wait, you
want to
do?
play cards?
He's
Wanna
like,
play
"Play
cards?"
cards?" And then, but I knew I had my wallet with me, so I just gave the guy my
He's
ID.
like, what's your social
give
Every
all
security
my
number?
money.
name is on here.
But nobody else had their IDs on them, so.
Yeah.
But Trey didn't know anything about
it-
himself.
Is that train like privately owned?
What train?
Like the train tracks there? Are they privately owned or are they like
No,
part
train
of the
tracks
city?
are just owned by
the government?
something like
people.
Big
The
brother.
railway companies.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be like, my daddy owns this train track.
My
My
daddy
daddy
owns
owns-
Daddy's
Microsoft.
money.
My daddy owns it, like.
My daddy could have you fired. I pay your salary. I pay taxes.
Got 'em.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't?
Do you not?
You don't have to pay taxes. Fun fact.
Fun
It's
fact.
an optional thing.
It's called tax evasion.
Yeah, you really don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, tax evasion.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you get put in prison.
No, stop.
Do you have to pay taxes if you're in jail?
Congratulations.
No.
I got
See,
all my
God.
I got all my taxes back
Nice.
that I paid this year.
All of them?
Prison?
Pretty much all of them.
Dang.
Prison is
Dude, I
optional.
love prison.
I still
Yeah.
haven't paid
Yeah,
taxes.
prison is awesome, optional.
Lucky
There's
you.
a couple ways out of prison. You know.
How do you
can-
pay taxes?
Sneak out
My
through the
mom does it for me.
I forget
Desert?
how to every year.
Yeah. I bet she
Um,
I
would.
guess
She
I'm not
would.
going to tell you about my prison
love you,
escape
Mom.
then.
Hey guys,
We want to hear about
guys,
your prison escape.
No, do you actually?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
hear
I
it.
actually
No, I
want
just
to.
kind of feel bad for you, so you can.
No,
I didn't know
it's
you were gonna
fine.
say
I don't
anything
have to
about a
tell you. It's
prison
not even
No,
that
you have to
interesting.
now.
So,
No,
anyways,
we really-
No, John
now
has
that
a
you
prison
guys
story to
derailed his
tell.
prison stories.
Anyways, welcome back to the
to the
Winky
Winky
Squid.
back.
Squid.
That was all
That's
intro.
done- That's been done twice now.
We cut the whole thing.
I liked
As you
the
can
first
see,
intro.
we have 2 females on.
No, so we already introed John.
We
It-
Oh,
yeah, this
shoot.
is cringe.
Remember when you
Are
do
you-
that?
Oh,
and
sorry.
it's like everybody thinks you're an idiot because you intro after we already introed.
You kind of ruined.
I'm sorry.
it.
Sophie, no, you can't say that to him.
Yeah,
'Cause
John,
you're
you
not
ruined
a
this
host.
show.
I'm
he's
sorry.
not a
Only
host
hosts are allowed
either.
to smack talk people.
Yeah, and I'm not a host either.
he's a
Yeah, he
permanent
can smack
guest.
us because he's permanent
What are you
guest.
gonna
But
do?
like
Hit
permanent
me?
guests don't get to smack talk people.
Also, you guys can't talk bad about the Poopy Man. 'Cause
exactly.
Only I could do that because I know
Who's
him
the
personally.
Poopy Man?
I actually haven't watched that
Poopy Man?
episode.
Really?
You guys
No.
need to go watch the
That was
Poopy
episode
Man
like
episode.
I haven't watched
36 or
Winky
something.
Squid in
So if
like
you actually
2
watch
weeks.
this podcast, you'll know who Poopy Man is.
Poopy man.
Yep.
And
we
Horatio.
won't have to tell
And
you.
Horatio.
We won't have to tell
And
you.
now Minus.
Minus is Isaac's.
Minus is my
What
creature.
is Minus?
I'm not sure yet.
Where did you get him from?
Where did I get him from?
My
A
head.
Some
unicorn.
people, some things somebody said. I figured out who Minus was. I discovered him.
Minus sounds like a Roman emperor
Minus
100%.
is my
that wears a
favorite.
diaper.
Yes.
Just a diaper and a
Don't they
cape.
all?
And
He
then
has a diaper at
He's
least.
like Captain Underwear.
After thoroughly
Nobody's super
studying
fit.
the New Testament, like all Roman emperors are really mean. Like one, he
Well, Minus
burned
isn't.
down. He burned down. he burned
So
down.
Minus is like chiseled, hardcore.
he's
But
sexy
like
as
that
can
diaper
be.
looks good on him.
So hot. And he got, he has a diaper, and he's got like the Roman helmet with like the feather on it or whatever that
But he
was.
also has a luchador hat.
Yes.
What kind of Roman
Under
emperor
or
is
over
this?
the helmet.
He's Minus.
He's
the
like
Roman emperor.
Caligula.
Yeah, Caligula.
Caligula?
Yeah, Caligula.
Do you guys know
Yeah,
who
yeah.
Caligula was?
No.
Plato. Like,
Benea, look up Caligula Roman Emperor and just see what the first things are that come up because
I'm
he was.
scared.
Yeah, you could be. He wasn't a great guy, and even for Roman emperors, because Roman emperors just weren't good
they were
people.
just not-
Generally, they sucked.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
generally.
They,
How do you
they
spell
burned
that?
down their thing, and then they blamed it on the Christians,
See?
and then
That's
everybody
right.
got mad at them.
What
Okay.
they burned down?
They burned down the empire, and
Like-
Those are
like the
stupid.
emperor burned down his
You guys
own
have an
place,
idea? Let's burn down our castle.
and then blamed it on Christians, and then Jews like started martyring them, and it's
I heard this
there's-
funny thing the other day. It was like these 3 guys talking about how their which one of their sons is better, and the first guy's like, "Yeah, my
Oh.
son owns a car dealership, and he just gave his best friend a Ferrari," and then the other one's like, "Yeah, well, my son's better. He owns an airliner company, and he just gave his best friend a jet." And then the last guy's like, "Well, my son is an architect, and he just gave his best friend a castle." And then the other guy comes back from the bathroom, and he's like, "What are you guys talking about?" And they're like, "Well, we're talking about which one of our sons is better." And he's like, "Oh, my son's definitely the best. He's gay, and his 3 boyfriends just gave him a jet, a castle, and a Ferrari."
I heard a similar. I knew where that was going because I'm so smart in my head.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
But I heard a similar one. It was like these. It was this Jewish guy, and he went to a rabbi, and he's like, "Oh man, my son just left the house, and he came back as a Christian, and he moved from Judaism, and then, oh man, I don't know if this is blasphemous, but
We'll find out.
and then the rabbi's like, you won't believe it, my son did the exact same thing. So they're like, shoot, what do we do? So they go to the Pope, and the Pope's like,
There's 266 of those.
You
I
had
thought
an
we already-
episode about
Never
the
mind,
yeah,
not
we
a pope.
covered this one.
Oh,
they go to like what was the head priest? What is he called? The
he's a
Pope?
priest.
No, of Judaism.
Judas.
Wrong.
A Pharisee.
Yeah.
Whatever. They go to a Pharisee, and they're like, hey man, what the heck? Our kids went off and they came back as Christians. He's like, no way. Mine did the same thing. And so he's like, okay, we got to settle this. So they go up and they like, hey God, our kids just left and they were all Jews when they left and they came back as Christians. He's like, guys, you won't believe this. My kid did the same thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're supposed to put it
Crazy.
together yourself. It takes
I
a
don't-
second to click in, but like, you know.
It's taking more than.
I
I
think it's
I
fun.
Don't
I got it.
understand
I got it, man. That
Because
was-
they went to God and his son went
Uh-huh,
down
yep.
and it's Jesus.
Jesus.
Is that blasphemous?
I don't know, dude.
I don't
I
understand
don't
it.
know, but it's
So
kind of
all
a-
these
it's kind of
guys
a vague joke.
All these guys are Jewish, and their kids are also Jewish. And then when they left, they came back as Christians.
Yeah.
And then
Like
God,
Jesus.
he had the Jews, and then when his son went away, he came back as a Christian.
Yeah.
This was already
No,
But
stop.
that's-
No.
Was he
It's-
though?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't
No,
think.
Christian
because of
Guys,
being a Christian is being a
stop.
mini Christ.
Yeah.
He's
Stop
not.
dissecting
He's
it.
Stop
It's just-
overthinking it. It's funny.
This is a
Leave it
dumb
alone.
joke.
That was
This
a
is
really
a dumb
funny
joke. I thought it was
John.
funny.
So funny.
Did you
It
come
was
up with it
funny.
yourself?
No,
No.
I heard it. I was
Good.
like,
good thing.
oh, I didn't want to. I was like, oh, like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So,
Anyways, tell us about the Roman
women-
emperor
oh.
you looked up.
I couldn't spell it right. It came out with religious of the Roman Empire religion.
Talk to your phone. Be
I
like,
don't
hey,
Yeah.
who's
feel like
Caligula?
it.
and it's like, whoa, that's a bad dude. Siri's like, hey, hold
Copyright.
on now. You're
Okay.
Why are you trying
Well,
to look
I
this
wanted
up?
to know what how excited our guests are to be on the show tonight.
I'm ecstatic.
I'm nervous.
From a
but
1 to
I'm
10.
happy.
Why are you
What? Excited.
nervous?
They yelled at us before.
You deserve.
They
you
were like
did
yelling
deserve
at
it.
us for a full
Hey,
10 minutes.
I was not.
They're like, your
That's
tests
'cause you're nice,
suck.
Benea's
Thanks.
fine. He's nice.
Benea was
But
like,
Jon and
so
Isaac were
supportive.
like yelling at us. They're
I'm
like,
the only
John,
reason
don't
they're
do
here.
this. Don't do this. Make sure you don't do that. It was really scary.
How's
Guys,
your
this
game
game
juice?
fuel, it's called Charged Raspberry Lemonade. I
Is it
cannot taste the lemonade at all.
Can I try?
It also says new right here.
Can
And
I
it
try?
says 0 sugar, which I thought was going to be bad because usually,
Because it's 0 sugar.
well, usually sugar replacements don't taste good and they usually come through a lot. Like, what is it? What's the sugar replacement? What's the main one? What's it called? Dang it, I'm so stupid. Banana.
What are we talking about?
Sugar replacements?
What about them?
Stevia?
Stevia.
Stevia?
Stevia one, it tastes bad. I
That's
don't like it.
not like the main sugar replacement. Though.
Stevia tastes like
Stevia
Dawn
and,
Truvia.
My parents use stevia all the time.
My mom uses it because
It's not bad.
That's weird.
I don't like the flavor of stevia.
I
Like,
hate the flavor of stevia. It's so
I
bad.
don't like it by itself, but like mixed in with a lot of other flavor, it's fine.
It's like, man, I just hate the taste of Coke, but if I mix it in with a bunch of other soda, I love it.
okay, but soda's different because it's a
Yeah,
whole
soda's
thing.
way different.
Not.
So
Like,
actually,
a-
no,
the
it's the
main
exact
ingredient.
well,
same
soda's
scenario.
the culmination.
Yeah, I love dog poop as long as it's mixed in with a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, you
Isaac,
know
you what?
that dog poop analogy?
What?
That's basically what you're saying, Sophie.
That's a little
That's
bit
really
interesting.
not what
That's
I'm
Yeah.
really
saying.
not what she was saying.
And soda's like a culmination of a bunch of different flavors into
Yeah.
something like that's lemon, lime, and a bunch of
Limon,
other stuff.
limine.
Limon, yeah, and
Whereas
Tyler.
Sugar's like a main
sugar's like a
ingredient.
core thing that's
in-
made from a plant.
In the earth.
It's like
just
its
like
own
cocaine.
flavor.
Yeah, it's
And
made from sugar cane.
Stevia
Sugar
and
canes.
for the life of me, I can't remember any others.
Truvia is another one.
I don't know what that one is.
That's just a different one.
But
There's
I just don't like the taste of it. And
they
usually,
taste like butt.
yeah, usually they put stuff in there like that, and they didn't, and it was good.
If you taste
It's good.
stevia like by itself, it tastes
Tastes
like
like
butt.
It's
butt.
yeah, it's
But
really
why
gross.
would you taste stevia by itself?
Because who doesn't eat sugar by
like
itself?
sugar
Jeez.
packets, like eating sugar packets as kids?
I would do that all the
And
time.
then you get the stevia packet, you're like, that's disgusting. It's
packet.
yeah,
you know,
because
like the
like for the
little
coffee,
packets.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the
Splenda,
sweet stuff.
Splenda,
Splenda.
Splenda. I hate
Splenda doesn't
Splenda.
have a good taste either.
And then there's
Splenda's
like
poopy.
Zevia,
Splenda's
and
good.
then they just like totally rip it off of every other name and just put an on the end.
Yeah, but they all have flavor to them, and the good thing about sugar is it's just sweet. It doesn't have much flavor to it, and
I
it's just
I don't
sweet.
like eating sugar by itself.
It's like its own flavor.
Dude,
No one
I
else
do.
like nobody likes eating sugar, but it's one of
I
those
know.
cubes. And you're
Brown
like a
sugar
horse.
by itself
And
is
it's
good
like-
too.
Well, that's because it has the
Brown
taste
sugar's
of
really good.
Dude, sugar squares were
molasses.
my favorite when I was little.
Yeah, I
Is
like
sugar
You just go to the
is brown
coffee-
sugar
you-
just sugar with molasses in it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd go to the coffee stand, grab a sugar cube, and just pop it in your mouth.
I didn't know
the
that.
realization
I
dawning on her.
had to
She's like,
take those sugar cubes out of the church because we'd eat them.
Yeah, they got rid of them because the kids would come and eat the sugar squares.
Tasty.
the first time I saw a sugar cube, it wasn't even in real life. I saw it in a movie. I was like, "What the frick
Same.
is
What
that?"
movie
And
was
they-
it?
They were. They
The
were
B movie got
no.
Oh,
Uh,
they have those in there, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
Yeah,
Do
I remember.
Yeah, there's-
Because
Well,
he
that
sits
goes
on
on
the
a
little
sugar
sugar
cube
cube
in
when
the
he's in
movie.
the coffee.
Dude, I blocked that movie out.
That movie's
I
bad.
love
Guys,
it.
I have
It's
something
too
to admit.
traumatic.
What?
What?
Dad?
I've never seen the B movie.
Really?
It's okay.
It's not really worth it.
It's
Oh,
a
I know. I
good
know it's all
movie.
for like the memes, but
You know,
like,
what movie's
All
also
for the
not
memes.
like
I like the B
great, and
movie.
everybody thinks it's amazing.
Frozen.
Ratatouille, whatever that one is.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's my
Ratatouille's
favorite movie.
really
Yeah,
good.
Ratatouille.
I
No.
like
That
Ratatouille.
That one's like my
Yes.
favorite
It's
movie.
just 'cause you
Mind it,
can't
but I've
cook.
seen it way too many
Ha.
times. Actually, I can.
It's
You're
You
just
can
jealous
cook
of a rat.
Cookies.
It's
That's
the
bacon.
overdone,
Big-
over exaggerated. It's so good.
That's
of it.
what does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because
the movie
like
itself is
Decent
good.
movie, but like everybody thinks it's the best movie.
as an example, like if you get told there's a house with like 16 rooms and you're moving in and it's like it's only I don't know however much money, and then you're like heck yeah, and you get to the house and it has 5 rooms and you're like disappointed.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, yes, this movie's so good. The
Then you
storyline's
watch it,
so
you're
like,
good.
all right.
That's
Because,
what
like-
happened to me with Chick-fil-A.
Same thing.
Everyone hyped it up so much for me. I was like, it's not bad.
and then
go to
Isaac's
the-
gonna
it's
be
not
like,
bad,
it's, if you
but-
go to the south.
No,
Yeah.
dude, no, the Chick-fil-A down there is way
Yep,
better.
you
It
mention
really
that about
is.
every other episode.
It's
Like-
so. But anytime someone brings up Chick-fil-A, I say that.
You're like,
Anyway,
actually?
so-
So, like I was
Chocolate
saying,
milk
like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
They have really good ice.
You know what movie's by far better than Ratatouille?
Up.
Toy Story.
100%.
Toy Story
is
is so
way
good.
better
Or
than
Cars.
Ratatouille.
Cars
But
is
like, if you
really
ask
good.
anybody who just does it for the memes, they're like, Ratatouille's way better. No,
No, no.
Toy Story's way
Toy
better.
Story and Toy Story 2.
I think Toy Story
Toy
3
Story
is my
2 's
favorite.
Best.
Yes,
That
canon.
one's overwatched.
Dude, Toy Story 2 was my favorite.
I
It
haven't
still
seen
is.
Toy
Throwback
Story
to
1.
episode 7 when Isaac did his Wheezy impression.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
That was the one we did at your house.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
the,
that.
the first episode we did at your house, and then we did one more at his house. Like
That
episode
one was
20,
crap.
Whatever. Yeah, don't watch that one.
But watch episode 7.
Remember when we celebrated our 8th episode?
No.
Mm-hmm. And
And
then
it
we
was-
and then we
remember.
scrapped it.
So
Oh,
good
yeah.
that it just exploded and got so big nobody's ever seen it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
because
lost
It's way
footage.
too good
Out
for
to
Yeah,
the
it
us.
got
moon.
put in the vault.
It's too good to be true.
we bought
Yes, sir.
sparkling cider for that and everything.
We
And
did.
it turned out like
it was supposed to be a
crap.
good episode, and then it launched into the vault. And
What's-
it's
It was
gone.
good
What's so
cider.
important about the
It
number
was.
8 though?
Why
There's
would-
nothing, so we
It
thought
was
it'd be
just
funny to
episode 8.
celebrate.
Okay.
What to
We're
celebrate?
so funny.
Episode 420.
You're never gonna get there.
I mean,
John's
what
like,
are,
we're
we
gonna go
have?
that
What do
long?
we have right now? 40?
We have 380 left to go
okay,
after
well,
this
then
episode.
we're celebrating
Got it.
episode 69.
Yeah, we are.
Got
yeah.
him.
You know how
Can
we're
I
gonna
be on that
celebrate?
Well,
Depends.
I
We should
guess
do
we'll see.
something cool for that one.
For how many views we'll get, and then we'll ask the comment section if you should be on, and we'll let them
Okay.
decide.
Yeah.
They'll love
If
me.
you get less than 10,000, no.
You
if you
can't
get
be
less
so
than
confident, okay?
10,000 views,
Okay.
then you.
For all
can
we
never
know,
come
the
back.
reason our show may suck is because maybe our viewers hate one of us.
It's actually the YouTube algorithm.
It's one of us.
If like now, if you're
There's
not
an
big,
imposter
it's like
among us.
impossible to get big now.
Yeah.
It's
Which is
not,
really lame.
It's like a.
We're
It's an
getting
uphill
big, guys.
battle. The
I
whole
They
think
have,
way.
we
like,
have a
4
combined 19 views on the
subscribers.
last 2 episodes.
That's like one for each
Dude,
season.
that is so good. Our last episode was actually good.
It was, but no one else thought that.
Why?
It's not
I,
that
I
anyone
haven't
else
watched it.
thought
I
that.
haven't
It's just
watched
that
that
they
one yet.
haven't seen it.
Yeah. No one was inclined to pick on. I'm trying to do better at like thumbnails and titles and tags and stuff.
We can probably get a better thumbnail because of the better camera today. And I think we should.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what better camera?
I was like, did we steal Ryan's camera again?
Uh-oh.
No, his camera can only record 11 minutes, which is that
He
one
just got a
episode.
new camera though.
Did he actually?
No, he got a holder for it.
Oh, that's
He
a
got
cool looking
cool
holder.
thing that moves around for it.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah. Our friend Ryan, who was on the podcast,
Like 3
he got
episodes ago.
he got a holder thing for his camera that's like a completely still thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, and it can like go to any angle.
Yeah, I've seen those. You remember at summer camp, one of the leaders, I don't remember who it was, but he'd have a camera and he'd walk around with it.
Probably
and he'd do that
Justin.
thing. Yeah, somebody.
Justin, my friend Justin is crack at Fortnite.
Are you gonna say the whole thing or just
No, just that part.
he's already taken and then he's cracking for it? But
No.
yeah,
Okay, so
My friend
Justin
Justin-
had a cool camera thing.
yeah. Justin had a cool camera thing. You'd walk around with it, and then like the
I've
camera would
seen
stay
it, yeah.
completely still,
Kinda
and then
yeah.
everyone would try and
They have
That
these
get on
stuff is
cool
camera.
pretty
things.
sick.
They're called drones. It's like
Yeah, drones
better.
are cool too.
Oh yeah, like every year at camp he's like, oh, are there bees? And it's just a drone.
Dude, I love
like,
the sound
"Nope,
of
it's
drones.
my
When you stick a
drone."
drone over top of you, you're just
Do you remember Dad's drone and he took it out and then the wind picked up and
Yeah,
and
this
it went
tiny
away
little drone,
and
and the first
and we
day
never
flew,
found
got
it again.
Taken away.
It's gone.
by the wind.
How big was it? Oh, so it was like a small
Yeah, it
one.
was a
Like a-
My
little
little
boy.
It
brother
was probably
got like
like
a
8 by
drone
8
this
inch.
big for Christmas this year. It was tiny. He
What
lost
happened
it.
to it?
He lost it.
Just like he just lost it.
Yeah,
Was
we
he
have no
flying
idea where
it
it
or-
I would
is.
love
just
to
too
buy
small.
a Phantom 3.
It's way
Is that
too
the big
small.
ones?
Yeah, like an actual drone, like with all the stabilizer computer and stuff.
Like the $1,700 ones?
fun drone. Yeah, like something that you could. I think a Phantom is like 400.
How fast do those go?
I don't know because they're not racing drones, but they go decently fast.
Because I've seen people do like overhead shots of them like in a car, and then they'll be
Yeah.
following with the drone.
And in a person who's good at flying a Phantom only flies it by camera.
Yeah,
They don't watch the drone. They just fly it by the camera on the.
because it's kind of like just it's like VR, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Have
essentially.
you seen the ones that are actually VR?
Yeah,
You
those
wear
are
a
cool. It's like
VR
I'm
set and
flying,
watch
but
the
I'm also
drone.
on the ground, and my feet are
I think
still
that
here.
would be
You're
fun.
just like, I'm so high up.
But you're with a controller, so you're
Dude,
like, oh.
that'd give you mad vertigo though. You'd be like looking down, and it's just like super far, and you're like, and you fall on your butt.
I
and-
watch these YouTuber like the guys, and they go down these big old hills on longboards.
Big old heel.
Oh, I've
and
seen
they,
those,
yeah, they
Hills.
slide drone behind it, but the guy is actually controlling the drone while he's on a longboard.
Oh dang!
Oh, frick.
Yeah,
That's
you
VR
see 'em
set or
sometimes.
anything?
That'd be
Oh.
pretty hard.
No, he just has a controller. But they freaking bomb it down those
Oh,
hills.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
that
I
is
saw this
terrifying.
video
Bombing,
where
bruh.
this
70, 80 miles an
guy
hour.
was going
Yeah.
down on a longboard down a hill, and then he was racing this. It was like a professional race car driver. The longboard guy had it was like a 2-mile race.
Oh, this was on Top
but
Gear.
then was it?
Yeah.
No,
I
that
saw
was
an
a
ad-
different
I
one.
saw an
That was
ad
there was
for
one
it.
on Top Gear where the longboarder was
The
going down,
longboarder
he
gets
was
a
going up.
1-mile head start, and then like they're racing them down, and it's
Oh, no.
it's pretty intense.
The one on Top Gear,
They
he
went at the
races
same
up.
time.
They start at the same time. The longboarders are coming down, and he's going up. I can't remember who won.
Where did they race?
James won by about 7 seconds,
Did he?
but it was a pretty long. It was like a
Yeah.
mile.
It was a
and
long
half or
road. It
something.
was just a
It was,
switchback.
it was
too,
a switchback. It was
that
a
went
bunch of
up,
them,
and,
and
so the longboarders went down, and James May went up.
it was something like 1,200 feet that it dropped.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and these guys, they get really low, and then you know how you stand on a longboard traditionally, you have your feet in front of you,
Yeah.
or you like side to side. You have them both,
Yeah, they have like their
In
feet
front.
in line.
Yeah.
and then you look
those of you
forward,
on
and then you can look over
Spotify,
your shoulder while
got 'em.
you're going. And then when you kick, you put your foot forward. But these guys, they put both feet forward like that.
Yeah.
And then
They like put their hands behind their back and
yeah,
lean forward.
and then they
Yeah,
like
like
couch down real
squats.
low.
Yeah.
And they also have these gloves with
I am speed.
hockey puck sized things on them. And some
Yeah,
of
it's
them are-
basically like a hockey puck, and they jam it onto the ground to slide.
yeah, and the wheels are hard, so they can kick it out like a
Yep.
snowboard almost.
I think
Yeah,
it'd be
it's the
fun to
coolest
get
thing
a
to
downhill
watch.
board like that.
I've tried it. It's really scary.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I've tried it on my big pimp board, which has really soft wheels.
Oh, that's the purple one, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they grip everything, so there is no power sliding.
I hate
so you
wheels like
don't
that
have to
sometimes.
slow unless you put your foot down to like do the stopping
I like
thing.
finding the fine line of grippy but still able to slide.
Yeah, mine are just really grippy.
Mine are slightly harder than yours, aren't they?
Yeah, just a bit. Still not like on the verge of being able to power slide.
Yeah, I mean I can power slide if I really corner hard, but I have to really corner.
Mine will pick up the wheels on one side before it does that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you lean hard enough, the wheels come up. And it's pretty often that happens because the wheels are so wide that
Oh,
you can
yeah.
go on 2 wheels on one side, and it'll just stay like that, and you can just do that.
Yeah, because we do that in the parking garages. Because I could corner in the parking garage, and as I was cornering, you kick your back foot and it'd go and slide
Yeah.
sideways.
Unless you hit gravel, which one time me and Levi
That's
were going up
terrifying.
there, and Levi's board, it wasn't last year, it was like 3 or 4 years ago or something.
Oh, was this by the library?
The parking garage.
Oh, okay.
So went up to the top. We're like, we're gonna bomb this thing, and then we went to the top, and his board is like his wheels are harder than mine, and his board's shorter, so he has more room to get kicked out, because my board at the time didn't have the really big fat juicy wheels on it. So I'm bombing this hill. I go woo, right around the corner. And I look back, and he's going, and he goes to turn, and his back foot goes out. And then he goes out, and then the board keeps going, and then he just goes onto this stuff, and it rips his back up, and it's just like the worst. What are you doing?
He almost spilled his root
And
beer.
we'll be in my soda, and Isaac wants some, but he can't have
No. It was about to fizz over.
Are you not interested in my story?
We should.
No, I was.
We should talk
I was
about
listening, not
Sunday.
talking.
Stop. We'll get to that.
What
Yeah, we
happened
should
on
talk about
Sunday?
1 second. After
After.
these
After
short
this.
messages.
Yes, after this short message.
We have a
Funny
sponsor.
thing is, me and Levi, after Levi got hurt, we decided instead of calling it quits for the day that we were going to do something even more stupid. We went up to the library, and
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, there's a dirt or a gravel path up there, and
There
there are
is.
boards that are made for going like off-roading.
But
And-
yours
Yeah.
are not one of them.
Ours are not those boards. And so we went to the top of this thing. He's just like, "Whatever, man," and he just gets on it and
Oh,
goes.
it's so fun. going
Didn't
down that
Asher dare you to do that? Or was
Asher-
that a different time?
That may have
Because Asher, I remember he vlogged that.
been the same day, because I remember Levi went, then I went about 20 feet back. So if he fell, I wouldn't run into him.
Which he did fall.
He did fall.
And I ran into
I
him.
know there's a video of that somewhere.
There's a video.
It's so
Yeah.
funny to watch.
If Asher hasn't privated it, I know it's in a really old Winky Squid show. Wait, what was it? It was like the year in review of 2018 or something.
Man.
And it's like this happened this year.
Yeah, but we were going down. I had the little GoPro that Asher gave me, and I had it like right here. And I
Were
was
you just holding it like that?
I
up
think
next
I was.
To your face?
I think I was because I didn't want to hold it like this because I wanted to have my hand up so I could catch myself when I inevitably fell. I didn't, but like
Wait,
the
did you
whole
not?
thing. No, the whole thing was mostly downhill, but it was really bumpy. So there was like downhill, a little bit uphill, downhill, and then there was a lot of turns and roots, and then big rocks. And for the last turn, it's a really big turn to the left, and then there's a cliff there. And then you turn back into the right, so you have to go out and in, which is potential to slide. And Levi went out and in, and then his board went off, and then he fell really hard, and then went into an anthill
Oh,
after he had
That's
fallen.
fun.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
And then a couple months later, I did the same thing.
because you were like, you know what? I'm gonna go bomb that hill again.
Yeah, no, Asher said, he's like, you know what, let's go bomb that hill again. I was like,
Let's
I'm
go
totally
bomb
down.
that hill.
Back when Asher was fun.
Bummer, man.
I was
Imagine
watching
being
a
at college.
vlog from early Biscuit Studios, and Asher's
Uh-oh.
like he just vibes, but he doesn't.
Which one was
anymore.
that? Was
doesn't
that
really
was that
anymore.
the
It was
video
like-
scavenger hunt?
And I think it was when they went hiking. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
when we went up
where
to
it
the
was a couple
end.
months
But
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Some of your vlogs are so cringe.
Oh, yeah. I
so
know.
it's this,
They're-
And
they're-
Asher's
all of
like
them.
so awkward on camera. Like he'll hold it up, he'll be like,
but he's
Hey.
funny. Like
yeah, he's funny on camera, but he's awkward.
I wish Asher still vlogged.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Me too.
I
Matt
really
Nash,
liked
come
his
back.
old ones.
They were great.
And that's a shout out to you. Please come back.
Matthew
Please come
should
back.
Matthew should vlog life at home with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F and
Be like,
F.
guys, I
He'd
broke
be,
my
like,
leg.
in a mood the whole entire time.
Man, where are my M&Ms?
Just eating.
Just a shout out
They're
to
in
my
his hands.
viewers. Where are my M&Ms?
Shout out to my
Guys,
Someone
this is
bring
my
me
PO box.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Someone just sent
Send
me some
fresh
M&Ms.
It's like an M&M CD.
Free M&Ms, please.
Gets a sponsorship.
Listening to Eminem while eating M&Ms.
Gotta. I'm M&M.
Boom, million
M&M,
views right
M&M.
there.
Million. Listening to Eminem while sitting on my couch eating M&Ms and having a torn ACL. Just like a
And
20
wearing
second long
M&M
video.
socks.
What?
Yes.
How dare you?
M&Ms are legit. Dude.
I don't like M&Ms. I don't like
Wow.
I like peanut butter
Wow.
M&Ms. That's pretty much it. So guys,
Yeah.
let's interview our guests.
How are you doing today?
Yeah.
How are you? Who are we doing first?
Let's do
Let's
Sophie.
do Sophie.
I'm a guest. You
No.
interviewed me.
Yes, but you're a guest that no one
John,
cares
how's
about.
your week been?
Why do you want to know?
Okay. Sophie,
what?
how's your week been?
My week's pretty good.
Okay, can you go into detail
I
and
go into
enlighten us,
detail?
please?
Can you just
am
like
I-
get super personal
Are
for
you
just
gonna
about
let
5
me
minutes?
So
talk
personal. Tell us
about it?
everything you've done this week, down to the
So,
smallest
um,
things. Like how
so
many
I
times
did-
have you peed?
I don't know.
I don't want to know that.
I don't either.
I'm not sure our viewers do either. Who knows?
If they do,
Well-
Please leave.
but also
this is
leave a
not the
like.
place for you.
We did something fun on Sunday,
We're
but
not
I
talking
think
about
we'll
that right
touch
now.
on that later.
She's
Monday,
already ahead of you.
Yeah, so ahead of you. Monday was fine. I can't remember. Tuesday, just 'cause it's exciting for me, I did an accomplishment in jiu-jitsu, and I told Clementine on Wednesday, but I got a stripe on like my third stripe.
Excellent.
Is
What is that- what does
stripe
that
I'm
mean?
so very proud
when
of
you're
her.
playing like baseball, like if you get 3 stripes, you're out. They'll beat the crap
Yeah,
out
you
of you.
get 3 stripes
No,
and you get a new belt, which means
so
you suck
every
more.
every belt
My
has,
dad gives me the belt every night.
Guys, listen.
What?
every belt has 4 stripes, and then you get a belt up. And
My
I
dad
just
gave me 10 stripes.
just got my
With his
third
Yeah.
stripe.
Okay, sorry.
And yeah, so I get one more stripe, and then I can test for a blue belt, and then after that's a purple belt, and that's like halfway to a black belt.
How many belts
So,
are there?
5.
Do you wear them all at
Whoa.
once?
Yeah, you can wear all your belts. You
No.
got white
I don't think
up
that's
to
how
black.
No, because they're
It's like
like-
white, yellow, blue, purple, and black.
What
And
it
then
came
orange.
from is
And
like
then orange.
no, it just goes up
Yeah,
to black.
orange.
There's a color above black.
There
You
is.
wouldn't
Orange
believe
is the new
it.
Mega
black.
It's not.
Isn't that
actually.
like
It's called double
You
black.
can have a
I
black
heard
belt with 4 stripes on it
and then you
in
get
jiu-jitsu.
double blacks.
Double
No.
black diamond.
Double black diamond.
That's
Triple
what-
black diamond.
Yeah.
Cliff jump. Yeah.
That's what I do.
Dude, me too. I do the triple blacks. Have you ever seen the quad blacks? It's just like you're like skiing on this side of the mountain. You're skiing on like the underside of the mountain. It's crazy. You're like inverted. I'm just like, meow. Anyways, so
No.
So that's the
Tuesday?
whole week?
Tuesday was great. Wednesday was fine. Thursday was fine.
Now I'm on this garbage podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I'm here.
Clementine, how was your week?
It was great.
Can you enlighten us on that, please?
Last Friday I went skiing at Big Sky, which was really fun.
Wow.
We're talking about
Yeah.
this week, though.
Congratulations.
So
But
Well,
it
this
was
past
this
week.
past
In a
week.
week's
right.
time.
In a week's
Which
time.
was last Monday.
So how was your 2020, guys? No. Kidding. I'm kidding. That was like 4 episodes ago or something.
Like 4 years ago, man.
Jeez, 2020, man.
So you
that
went
was the
skiing at Big Sky.
Yeah.
Did that go well?
It went pretty well. And
you have
then
a hot date?
Saturday.
best. Did you have a hot date?
we don't talk about it.
He's like the hottest guy there in the entire
We
world.
won't name him,
Duh.
but you
But
probably
he's-
But I mean,
I'm
everyone
sure
knows
you
what
are
I'm
everyone
talking
knows
about.
who he
He's
is.
so freaking hot.
That's right.
My gosh.
So
I'm not
That
gonna
reminds me
say
of a
it.
really stupid joke I could say right
I
now.
don't look at men's bodies.
It'd be fine if you
It's
didn't
like the
say it.
You don't
joke
even
I
know
said.
what he looks
Disgusting. Why
like.
would you look at men's bodies?
Hey, well,
I just have to
Gross,
phrase it like
Clementine.
that.
Exactly.
Anyways, so
Isaac, what's up with the anyway? You just anyways.
Anyways.
always?
anyways, I'm done with
Anyways.
this
Anyways.
topic.
Anyways,
Anyways, what?
What
Did
happened
you-
after Friday?
Did you only ski
What
or
What
No.
happened
Did you ride
and then
the
we did that
chairlift?
one
Like,
thing Sunday that we're gonna get into later.
that's
Okay,
correct.
what happened Monday?
I did school.
Wow.
Whoa.
Thanks for
I
enlightening us on
did
your
that.
Everything
awesome
was
week.
pretty much fine.
Fine, it's all fine.
It's all pretty fine.
Only pretty much fine.
I cried yesterday though.
over what?
Enlighten us on
Spilled milk?
why.
You start telling us the days you don't cry, Clementine.
What
That's
days
my
did you not
joke.
cry?
I didn't cry.
Wednesday, you said.
I didn't cry Wednesday.
Congratulations.
I didn't cry Monday.
Congratulations.
I haven't cried since 2014
I haven't cried since earlier this year, but it was joyful crying.
because it was all the fireworks going off at New Year's.
Yeah, I
You were
was
like, oh
so
my gosh.
happy.
You're like,
No, we
holy
didn't have
crap.
fireworks.
No,
we
I
had
was
the
listening
cannon.
to a song and I
That's
started
right.
We
crying.
had the potato cannon.
Yeah, the potato cannon was
No,
Was
sawdust
it Michael
cannon.
Card?
No, it was a classical song.
I don't remember the last
Very
time I cried,
wonderful.
but I've been close.
I've teared up listening
once.
to Michael
It
Card.
just hits.
I've been
Yawning-
close
yawning doesn't
once
count.
since.
Dude, yawning, I cry every time I yawn.
No, I can make my eyes water. Like
Yeah.
I'll
Well, I
stare at
can't,
something.
But like
But-
genuinely
me too.
crying,
If I look at
haven't
the
since
sun-
2014.
If I look at the sun long enough, he's pretty good at staring
Oh, dude,
contests.
he's so good at it.
I know.
I've never won.
I've tried to beat him, and it's just like
insane.
everything goes white, and it's,
I know, and you just can't see, and then you're like, oh
did I
crap.
blink?
That's
oh man,
cheating.
I'm blind.
And then you poke yourself in the eye, and you can't feel it, and it's all like crusty, and it feels kind of like bacon.
And your eyes, you just kind of feel this goo running down your cheek.
like,
you're
what
like,
is
oh,
this?
no.
Gross.
Anyway,
That stuff doesn't have to be-
Anyways,
So,
how was the rest of
There
your
were-
week, Clementine?
it was pretty great.
There were
And you
days
cried
she
on
cried
Wednesday.
and days that she didn't.
There were
It's
days
true.
that I cried
So,
and days that I didn't.
there was this fun adventure we went on Sunday.
Let's talk about that.
I'm
That
gonna
you
let
guys
John
went on.
enlighten us for a little bit on it,
Copyright.
and we'll
Oh,
just
right.
jump in where we think details are gonna go.
We went on a fun adventure.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Yes.
it.
Thanks for watching. No. So, where do I start?
I
So-
guess start.
We were at
It
Wendy's.
all started the day I
Start
was
picking
born.
up
It
at
all
the point where
started
one of
at
us said, "Hey,
Wendy's.
let's go mudding."
I would start when I was
we
born, but
even
that
say
wouldn't be
that?
fair
I
to
don't
you.
think
So
that was
That
a
wasn't-
decision we
that
made.
That
wasn't-
actually was.
that
I
was
said,
not
"Hey,
a
let's go
decision.
mudding."
No, we
I know
went
where we can
hill
go.
hunting, and then we found a road, and then we're
No,
like,
we were with the ranger, and it was after you guys were driving, and I was like, "John, we should go mudding. I think I know where we can go." And
my
then we-
great grandfather was born in 1898, and,
tell us your story
and
all the way up
then-
to the point
Let's
of
not.
Sunday.
Anyways.
And then he had a bunch of kids, and then I'm here now because my dad had me and his mother had
And
him.
my dad did a lot of weed. In
My
the
dad
80s, so I don't
delivered me.
remember anything.
My dad did a lot of weed in the 80s, so I don't really remember. But so and then we get to last week. Well, I mean, I guess the beginning of this week on Sunday, and so Isaac knows how to drive stick, and I didn't.
But you
Well,
do now.
I do know.
Well, you learned
Just
last
not very
week.
well.
I did know.
He's
I just
better
wasn't
than the other two people that were learning.
good at it.
Okay, did I stall?
No, but John was driving in actual traffic.
So
Okay, fine.
what
but
we
he's
did
also a licensed driver.
Yeah.
after after church, we all met up and said, "Hey guys, this is going to be epic." And then we all went to Isaac's Ford freaking Ranger, and then
Freaking Ford
not
Ranger.
freaking
funny.
Ford
Not even that
Ranger.
cool. It's just a freaking Ranger.
Yeah, which is a
Ford
freaking
Ranger.
Ford Ranger.
It's a
Stop.
manual, though, so that's cool.
It's
Yeah,
not a
so-
freaking Ford Ranger. It's a freaking Ford Ranger.
freaking Ford Ranger.
Is the
Like you're
pronunciation that
angry
important?
about it.
That's a freaking piece of crap.
Freaking Ford
Be
Ranger
upset.
piece of crap.
freaking piece of Ford Ranger.
So anyway, we get to the Ford Ranger, the
yeah,
piece
we
of
get
garbage.
to the Ford Ranger.
We-
Freaking awesome car.
POS.
We pull up in
POS.
Isaac's Passat, which is a really nice car.
Which is just kind of like a good road car.
Yeah, it's a really
Not
it's like
for going off-road.
yeah, it's a nice car to be sitting in and going
somewhere.
places on the road.
Yeah, it's a
And
good
then
long-haul car.
we want to do these big hills that were kind of nearby.
Well, this is after we got in the Ranger.
No, well, so we're in the Ranger.
Yeah.
There are these two back seats that aren't like full on seats.
They're just jumper seats.
Jumper
jumper
seats.
seats.
They're
And,
really uncomfortable.
They're actually so comfortable.
But they're so much fun to sit in.
They're tiny.
They
Yeah.
used to be so fun.
They are
I know.
fun.
Me and
Isaac
Isaac had to
looks me
drive all the way to Wyoming.
dead in the
and
eyes. He says, "John, you're driving," and he grabs my. I
Well,
grabbed.
actually, you're in the bed at this point. I look you dead in the eyes and I go, John, you're driving.
Was I in
And
the bed already?
Rip you out of the bed and throw you in the cab.
No, not yet. Because I drove to the stop sign, then I switched for Sophie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Sophie
Sophie
got in.
drove.
to a spot.
For about like
Sophie, you want to tell us
5
how you drove?
Yeah,
and
how
how
did you
much you
drive?
drove?
I did
and then I'll
great.
tell you how she actually drove.
Honestly,
Um,
it
she
was-
did okay.
You didn't actually
She's
let me
better at
say
starts
how-
than Clementine is. Clementine's better at shifting sometimes.
I'd say we're
Clementine
about
always
even.
gasses it too much and then
I
pumps
do,
the
yeah.
clutch too fast and then kills it on asphalt.
I don't mean
We're
to.
on gravel, so when she does it, it just kind of and peels out.
which
But
is
if she
fine.
does it
think
on asphalt,
The
it
only
doesn't
reason
work.
why you're better than me is better
Did I
at
say
it
she
than
was
me.
better than you?
is
You're
because
both
He
garbage.
didn't
you
say I
have
was.
Sophie-
driving experience.
Clementine's better at staying on the road. Sophie's
Oh,
terrible.
yeah,
I'm
Oh, yeah.
looking at
We
So-
like drifted in the other
I'm
side
looking
of
at the
road. It's
RPMs
really
the whole time and I'm like looking down here.
It's like
and
a
then I'm like-
glance. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
a
same
glance.
thing
You
for mirrors. You glance at them. It's not like you're looking in the mirror.
funny. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, is that
and
a
then
car?
Isaac goes like the number times 1,000 and then
Yeah,
I
'cause
start
Sophie was
tripping out
looking at
because
the
I can't do math.
Things. I'm like at 3,000 RPM. She's like, where does it say 3,000? I'm like, you see, it says 3, and then it says RPMs times 1,000. She's like, math, and she's like, and she like almost
And she was
dies.
drifting to the
This wasn't
other
even
side of the
Sunday.
road.
That
This
was,
was
a
like
couple
a
nights
while
ago. That was
before
no, that was
Sunday.
like
No, that was
Saturday.
Well,
That
so
was
back
like
to the
Saturday
story.
Listen.
Because you guys went to Big
Yeah,
Sky that
remember?
night.
Because we almost went to
Yeah.
So I stopped at the stop sign. I'm like, okay, Sophie's driving. She gets in,
and then we all
stalls
crashed
5
and
times
it's-
in a row.
No,
and
Sophie starts off fine. She does
Yeah,
fine
she
at the
starts
start.
really
Her
well.
shifts are
Hey,
rough.
I'm
but
dramatizing it.
oh yeah, so she
Dramatic
stalls like
excitement.
Oh, yeah.
5 times.
Stalls 5
We're in a
times.
huge hurry because there's
Almost
traffic
crashed
building
and-
behind us. She
On a dirt
starts, and
road.
as she starts going, the intersection fills up and cars are coming from left and right.
There's 2 semi trucks
I-
about to
She
sandwich us.
shoots
and we have
through
to-
the
stop in
intersection,
time.
just barely kills Clementine. We had to take her to the hospital and revive her. Then after that, we were like, all right, the truck's still in good condition, so we went back to the truck and kept going. But
So
it was
here's the real story.
terrifying.
So she starts going. We let her do like
yeah, here's the real story.
one hill, right? One or
yeah,
two
we kind of let her
hills.
drive for
It's
like
just like
a couple hundred
and
feet, and we're like, all right,
up-
you're done, I'm bored. And then we got
Apparently, she doesn't really know what the road looks like because she thought the ditch was part of the road.
yeah. She loves
I
driving
honestly
in the
can't tell the
ditch.
difference.
So
So it was like this. It was like all
What's
over the
the
road,
difference?
left, right, kind of zigzagging. She was like trying to pass somebody that wasn't there, and
yeah,
and then
It's
And then-
really
the
funny.
darn cow.
we started. I was like, Sophie, get out of the driver's seat. And then so Clementine drove for a little bit. And we're like, all right,
cried.
Clementine, stop on the top of this hill, because John and I wanted to try and push the car down hills, try and get speed and neutral, or turning the car completely off.
yeah.
So we did that for a little bit. Then we got to the end of that dirt road, and we're like, this might be a big hill. So we went up the hill, and we stopped it, and then we turned the car off, pushed it to the bottom, towards the part where it started going downhill, and it just wasn't as exciting as we thought it would be. So at this point, John was in the trunk, because it was in
Isaac.
the what?
You missing things?
What?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
He's doing it
So,
pretty well.
John
My
was
bad.
in the bed because he was behind us pushing it, and he'd jump in, and then I'd jump in the driver's seat. So we got to the bottom of the hill. I bump started the car because we were already rolling, and I wanted to find a bigger hill. So we went up another hill, did that a couple more times. We're like, all right. So then there was this hill, it, like went down and turned, and like the road banked. It was super fun. So we started
Yeah.
going down that. I bump started the car, turned it on, and just floored it. And just drove really fast. John's in the trunk the whole time, or in the bed the whole time.
Yeah, and I tried
Um,
standing up a couple
put him
times.
in
Yeah,
the
and then he'd like
trunk.
put his arms out and just fall backwards. It
Yeah,
was super
if
fun.
you're on your knees and you're like in the middle of the bed, and you were going like 70.
I was.
The speed limit there was 70 at some
It
points.
was,
At
yeah.
some points.
Allegedly.
pretty curvy.
Allegedly, I was going 70.
Allegedly, it was going.
There's no
the speed
physical
limit.
proof or anything, but allegedly, I was going 70.
70. Yes. So
But the speed limit was 70.
Yeah, 70.
It
And
was.
I
It
honestly,
was
Seven.
John.
I hit
It
my
was 70.
peak of happiness during that. though.
No,
I was,
it doesn't matter what you think of the trip.
So
I,
I was
did.
in the
I
truck.
was so happy.
So
We
the
were
rest
all
of your life
involved.
is
And
just
then
going
I
to be
was like-
really sad relative
except
to
for this podcast right now.
All right, so
So I was in the truck bed.
Yeah.
And you sit like in the middle of the bed and you stand on your knees because I'm kind of tall, so I stand on my knees
Just
and
a
I put
little
my
bit.
arms
Just
straight
tiny
out.
Yeah,
and
to
it kind of
catch air.
just pushes you back, so you kind of just roll. And my head was like an inch away from the tailgate, and I almost smacked it like twice. And I was like, "How about I do it again and see if I can not
Yeah.
smack it?" And
I'm sorry.
and
Go
then
ahead.
anything to add?
yeah, you have
No,
to
it's
add-
when
Yeah,
Isaac
Sophie?
was in the bed.
Well, that's
Well,
after.
that's
Hold
later.
that's
one,
why-
one
continue.
hold your
We'll get
horses.
there. So, anyways, I kept driving.
So, anyways, Isaac keeps driving, and then
yeah,
what?
here I'll once you get behind the wheel, you'll start explaining. Okay.
Okay.
So I was driving. I'll explain my perspective. You explain yours.
Okay.
So we were driving.
Okay.
I got to a point. I was like, all right, we should slow down now a little bit. Speed limit's changed to 45.
Like 10 miles back.
Yeah, like what? No, I didn't see the sign. Sorry, my bad. Anyways, so we were going, and then I stopped, pulled over, and I was like, all right, John, you're gonna drive now.
And I was like,
So
all right,
John's
let's
like,
do this.
okay. John is decent at manual. He can do it in a
He
pinch.
hit at least 5 kids. though.
He's good at it.
Maybe
Uh,
a chicken or
we
two.
can cut that out.
Guys, no, stop.
Stop,
You
it
can't
didn't
add stuff
happen.
that didn't happen.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was only
Anyways,
4.
John got in the driver's seat and just blew up the engine. It was insane. No, that didn't
And then the
happen.
whole world burned
They
down.
just and now we're all dead. And we're in we're in the
end.
morgue.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Oh.
The morgue.
We're in
It's
morgue,
really spacey
or whatever
in here.
you call it. Anyways,
I love it.
so I got out of the car. I was like, all right, John, you're gonna drive now. I'm gonna sit in the bed. So I jumped in the bed and John took the wheel.
I took the wheel.
He took
in
it.
both hands.
Both
Jesus,
hands.
And then I
take the wheel.
And then he realized he has to shift.
Hey. And
Oh,
then I
sorry.
realized I had to shift with the one hand. So I was like, gee willikers, man. And earlier we had passed somebody going really fast. And then we kind of just pulled off to the side of the road. And the dude went by. And he's like, yeah, brother. And then so Isaac's like, I want to be in the bed. And I was like, but I'm not confident in my abilities. And you're like,
we made him
shut up and do it. And so we were
Yeah.
kind of like off to the side of the road. And I was like, oh. So I put it in first. And I slowly come off. Just kidding. I punch it. And then I go, "Whirr!" And like I'm in first gear until like 7,000 RPMs. And then I,
He's in first gear until we're going like 95.
and I'm like,
then
like a race car driver.
But so I mean,
It's
what
pretty
actually
great.
happened was
So what actually happened was I timidly, crept out into the road, and then I got it up to about 3 or 2.5, and then I shifted super smoothly, right?
it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, it was pretty smooth. Then the third one didn't really go as smooth. It
Nope.
was kind of like, and then it
And then the
sounded like
freaking
I tried to
stick
shift
came
without
off
the.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the
We
little ball
blew
came
up.
off. I was like,
Faster.
oh shoot.
It was the
Yep.
worst.
And then while he was driving, I was kind of just moving around in the
So-
bed, just kind of having fun.
Yeah, he was having
standing
fun
up
in the
on my
bed.
knees.
And then I got it up to you have fifth, not overdrive, right?
yeah.
So
No,
I was
have
in
overdrive. Not
You have
first.
over. I was in the top gear, and then I was kind of just cruising along. I was like, "This is the best. How do I downshift?" I asked them. I was like, "How do I downshift?" And they're like, "I have no idea." And
Yeah.
that was their
He
exact
didn't
word.
teach us how to do that.
Yeah.
Did he
So,
teach you
but
how
you
to
taught
do
me
that?
He
later.
didn't teach me.
And
Teach
then
me.
John
uh,
knows now, so you guys don't need to know. You never went above like
Stop.
45.
yeah, and then I didn't know the lazy stop either. Well, I did know the lazy stop. I just wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not that hard. You just put it in neutral.
Yeah. it's really not
I was like, "Shoot, man, where's neutral?"
And you go like a million times.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you had it
anyway,
in this
so I
spot
was
and you shake
going like 60 in obviously it was a 60 per mile per hour zone because I don't
Mhm.
speed.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And I see Isaac, just messing around in the back. He's like, "Wee!" He's having the time
I'm
of his
having
life.
the time of my life. I did this fun thing where I would like lay down because the bed is pretty much my exact same length. It's like a couple inches longer than me, so
Yeah.
I can lay perfectly down in it.
He was looking at the
And
sky.
I'm looking at the sky, watching trees go over, and
and you did
birds
the
and
rolling back
clouds.
thing too, and then you did the thing where you put your arms over the roof of the car.
Oh yeah, and held on.
and then you hold
kinda
on, and
just
then you lift your legs up, so you kind of look like you're
like
flying.
Superman.
And I was like, "Shoot, man!" I could see your little fingers in the side of the window. I was like, "What if I just?" And I was like, "No,
And
I
then
have
he
to
did that and I
shift."
flew off and died. And but actually, what happened was
Yeah, and then,
didn't
but
do it.
actually, what happened? That's our new thing now. Actually,
I was
what
just
happened?
like
Actually, what
having the
happened?
time of my life. I was riding back there, and at one
then-
point I was like, "Oh, this will be fun." So I popped the gate, and like it went down, and everybody in the cab started freaking out because they thought it was
I
an
didn't
accident.
start thinking.
In in the
freaking
cab,
out.
it was all like, and then
So-
we're like,
Yeah.
no.
And then
I
I
was
was,
really
I was
scary.
gone. I just went right out the back.
That's what I
And then we had
thought.
to like turn around.
I was
and then
go
driving.
back 5 miles and grab him. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
I was driving, just sitting pretty on the road. I was like, yeah, I can drive
And then
manual.
you're
I hear,
"Dugum."
"Dugum." And I'm like,
and you look
look
behind
up.
me,
I
the
look
bed's
behind.
down, and I'm looking right over the,
bed
edge.
is
and
down. You're
just
looking
like,
over the edge. Your
oh
hands
my
are over the
gosh,
edge.
Isaac.
And I'm like, shoot, man, how'd that happen? And I slowed down really far. I was like, are you okay?
I was like, yeah, I did that on purpose. And you're
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh.
I was like, oh, that's okay then.
So then we got back in. At this point, we're on Cameron Bridge, but so we're just cruising.
Yeah, we're just cruising.
and I'm
then
like,
we
all
go
right,
to
John, we're going to the gas station.
Cruising.
So
I kind of stalled a little bit.
He
yeah,
stalled like
on the
4
way to turn
times
in,
on
he
the way
stalled,
to the
I think,
gas
3
station.
times. But then he went to the wrong gas station. I was like, all right,
And
John,
then
I'll
he-
take over now.
he-
You can jump in the bed. So he got
And
back
he-
in the
he-
bed.
what?
And he parks, and we're like, Isaac's like, John, what are you doing? And then he's like, I thought we were getting beverages. And I was like, no, we're getting gas, you idiot.
We were getting air.
We're getting air.
We were getting
the
air.
tire.
You
Are
idiot.
you retarded?
Idiot.
We did get beverages.
And we did
too.
get
We did get
beverages.
beverages.
So we got
anyways,
I
beverages.
thought
and
we
air
were
and-
getting beverages.
So at that point, we switched. I was like, all right, John, I'll switch you back. So John jumped back in the bed, and we drove over to the place I actually wanted him to go to.
Yeah,
which
we
had
got
air.
a, we got a fuel gauge or not a fuel gauge.
We got
an
a
air
air
gauge
air-
and some beverages, and then I
Checked
got one of
all
them
that. Got-
good old what is it called? Arizona. Yeah, I got one of the
Yeah.
Arizona teas.
No, we got
and
Peace
like-
teas.
Oh,
Peace
we
teas.
got
Like the
peace
ones
teas. That's
that
right,
go
the
like
real
that.
one.
Peace tea.
And we were just vibing,
and all the tires were like 10 pounds low, so I was like, oh, okay. this
whoops.
is-
And then,
oopsie.
you know,
and then we
Isaac
filled
just-
him, and he was better.
it's easy to peel out in that truck, so I was just like kind of sitting there, and I just peeled
John
out
just
in
heard-
the parking lot.
They also tried to leave us in the gas station.
That was
Yeah.
funny. We got in the car while they were still in the gas station coming out, and John's like, quick, pull out. And I'm like, okay. And
yeah,
I
you
tried
just
to, but-
left us in there.
It was
Yeah, it was-
really mean.
We went up to pay for our drinks,
Well,
and they
It was
just
a
left.
gas station. How could
Yeah.
you leave us
So-
there?
That's
Get off
so
my
dangerous.
podcast. Freak
But
you
yeah,
guys.
so it was a fun time, but we haven't even gotten to the fun part yet.
Yeah, it was a fun
We haven't
time.
even gotten
This is all
started.
build up.
Isaac
This
wanted
is
to-
all
all
build up.
build
This is
up.
actually all build
This
up.
is all part of the
literally all
story.
build up.
Better be good.
Oh, the drinks do have significance to me and Clementine.
They do.
Why?
Because the peace teas are like that big.
Is that why?
And we'll get to it.
So
There's a lot
anyways,
of
they
liquid in
peed
that.
themselves like four
The
times.
journey is half the.
This is like the beginning of
Experience,
it.
yeah.
Anyways, so
Yeah.
then we were like, all right. And
Isaac wanted to keep the good times rolling.
Yeah.
So we were like,
So I was like,
there's
hey,
this
John,
back
yeah,
road,
we
and
should
there's
go mudding or something.
not exactly. You said we should go mudding, and I was like, I don't know where. And you were like, how about this? There's this big road out here, and it has a bunch of silt on it, and it has a lot of dust. We can just kick it up.
Yeah,
and
but it wasn't dusty because it was
it wasn't
wintertime,
dust
so it
because
was
this
just
is
mud.
springtime or late
It was
winter.
also really windy outside.
It was really windy.
It wasn't
So
that
Cold.
windy.
It was really windy and
breezy,
cold.
Cold breeze.
Oh.
Anyways,
I
we
know
got
somebody
out
named
there. So it was
Breezy.
out by Churchill. There's these what?
I know somebody named Breezy.
Whoa.
Stay on topic.
So
Sorry.
there's these back roads out at Churchill that go through farmland and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
And we jumped on one. We're cruising for a while, having fun, just driving, listening to music. We get to a point where it starts to get really muddy and crap.
We're
We
like,
ma- we make it
go.
past like the muddiest part, and we think we're fine. We get back up the other side of the hill.
And for
then we just-
reference, this muddy pit, it was like you came down this little hill, and then there was like the path that came down, and then there was a little dip into this muddy spot.
Yeah,
and
so
there was
there's this
water and
long
mud.
hill. The hill was dry. The long hill was, so it was easy to come back out.
Yeah,
But because it was up on a hill, so the water just runs down.
yeah,
But we got to the bottom of the hills, and there's just this puddle of mud.
yeah.
So we take a path around that puddle, and we go fine past that.
Mhm.
Then we get up the other side of the hill, and we're going. And keep this in mind: the Ranger's rear-wheel drive, solely rear-wheel drive. There is no front-wheel drive in that thing.
Yep.
It's super light in the bed, so we're going, and it just kind of stops, and we're just
You just,
stuck.
the wheels are spinning. I'm like, huh, that'd be funny if we got stuck like
And
a
then-
second before it
Haha,
happened.
And then
funny.
we did get
Haha.
stuck, and so
It was
we're all
about
in the cab at this point.
4:45
yeah,
at
we're on
this
the-
point. It was like
What?
4:45.
It was like 4:45,
Right.
and we had youth group at 6:30,
Yeah,
and we were like, we're fine. We can just back up.
Yeah,
just
we'll
put some
back up.
stuff
We'll
under
be
the
fine.
tires.
yeah. So
we had nothing with us.
the first thing I
Oh.
did when we got stuck, I was like, "All right, John, jump up and down in the bed, try and get some weight going."
Yeah, that didn't.
So we
quite
tried
work.
that. That didn't work at all.
Then
So
we
we
got
tr-
back and forth a bit,
Yeah, and we tried to push it,
which didn't really
which
work.
didn't work.
And then we got some tumbleweeds and put those under the spinning tire, which
Yeah,
kind of helped
which
to give it some
worked.
traction. And I was pushing on the front, and I had Clementine and Sophi in the back, just for weight over the axles
Yeah.
because you guys are super heavy. But
So
Thank you,
freaking
John.
heavy.
Yeah.
We have video documentation, and in the videos you can see how much hope we have
Yeah,
in
we're
the
like,
beginning of
we're
it.
so
We'll
hopeful.
We're so like,
upload
oh,
a
we're
man,
gonna do
picture.
it's
this.
so much fun,
yeah,
but
put a
we're gonna
picture
get
on
out
the
of
screen or
here.
something.
We'll put a picture of the truck stuck on this. But anyways, we're trying to get it out.
So I'm at the front. Isaac's
Yeah.
the only one who can drive stick well enough to get us out of this, and those two are being super helpful in the back.
Thank you.
and
thank you.
I'm at the front pushing. We're just like rocking it back and forth. We're just like,
Yep.
go. If you
And-
get it, just go. I don't care what happens.
Yeah.
So Isaac starts to move, and I'm pushing really hard. I like ripped something. I don't know what it was, but it
Probably
really it hurt.
Oh.
And then all this mud starts flying up.
Oh,
Somehow.
dude, I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
John with mud.
I
on
got
my
Oh, it's
completely
so
covered. I
pretty.
still have mud on my pants, and I washed
Yeah.
them twice.
I
That
washed
mud,
mine and they were fine.
that mud is so freaking sticky. It just
Oh,
it was really sticky.
it was
yeah,
the
so
worst.
we're there and we're trying to get out. We start moving a little bit, but
And
we're
we-
already in this rut, and the truck is just
We
stuck.
were close to. We weren't quite in it
We
yet.
were in 2 different ruts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I started pushing. We were out, and then there was nowhere else to go but backwards because that's the way
And
we
then
were
there
going.
was another rut,
and
we
that
got
was
stuck
where the
again.
rut is, and we couldn't turn
Yeah.
out of it. There was no way out of it.
I
'Cause we were
tried
trying to
turning
go
and we
into
just
the-
went right into it. So we got
Yeah.
really stuck in
So we
there.
got unstuck, then stuck again.
Yep, and we
We
tried
were-
to move the car continuously back and forth, back and forth.
Kind
And
of just dug us in.
we tried a lot of stuff. We tried using the floor mats. We tried
But
using
that was towards the end.
more
though.
tumbleweed. Yeah, but
Tumbleweed helped, but like
we had a fence post. We
wasn't
thought
enough.
maybe would help. That
Me
didn't
and
help.
Sophie had to
couldn't
put
get
like our
under it.
hands under the tires and like get the mud
Yeah.
out.
yeah, and then
So
we
by
started
the
going
end
with
of
their
the
hands all
Not
the time.
dressed for
Like-
this at all.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
the only one
we,
dressed
we
for it
wore
was Isaac.
tennis shoes.
Yeah.
I was the only
Isaac-
one kind of.
I had my
I was
white
actually in the
on the car.
same clothing I'm in right now.
yeah.
it was the worst.
I have boots now, so I can. Go
I'm like the
get
only
stuck.
one that just kind of naturally dresses for that kind of scenario.
I
but
naturally dress
I
for
wish I did.
comfort, so
I do too. and
Now
it's
we
the-
all
it's
wanna
that
get
scenario.
Oh.
yeah,
in the
now
right
we
So-
want to get stuck so we can do it again.
We were there and we tried for a solid. What time did we?
Well, by the time we got
was
out
like-
of there, it
They
was like
came around
No.
6.
Clementine, you just spoiled this.
Hold on.
story.
Clementine, you ruined every. By the time we got to youth group, it was almost 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
but,
got there about 7.
We were stuck, and when we actually like gave up, it was probably like 5:30.
And we didn't give up, but
We didn't
you
give up, we
gave-
just
you got a
couldn't
call
do
from your
it.
mom, and she was
Yeah.
like, "You
Your
need
mom?
help?" And
So-
your mom.
My mom
My
and dad
Mommy.
grabbed my grandparents' big 4x4 Dodge,
Yeah, it's a
and
big
they
boy.
came up in that and grabbed us. We were all good. We're pulling out, and we got to that part where it's super muddy at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, you did.
We had
We
gone
were
on
going
the side
good,
of the
fine.
road.
Yeah,
and we were
fine.
gotten
came
down
down
to that
there.
part, and the big truck got stuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
and in
really
hindsight,
stuck?
we should have just disconnected and
And trying
Rushed it,
Yeah, but we
but-
didn't think
and
about
we
it.
should have
and-
gone like onto the grass, like
Yeah.
how we
Yeah,
got.
like how we got
could've,
through it in the
but
first
we were
hindsight is a
We were
biscuit.
excited. We
Yeah,
really
it is.
needed to pee.
Yeah,
But-
no,
That's where the
what
peace tea comes
teas.
in.
And so we had drank
We're like
all of it.
PT.
P-
God,
Top.
um,
I'm gonna
yeah.
pee my pants.
So
Me and Clementine were like sitting in there in the back jumper seats, and we're like,
We
man, we
gotta
really
pee.
gotta go.
Have to
And
pee.
it's like a field, so you can't just go and be like, hey, I'm gonna go
Me and Isaac
pee.
yeah, we just
because
peed.
it's
That's
so
because you
flat.
can just
like,
whip it out.
So
yeah.
can girls reveal it.
Not really.
God, you can't whip it out. But
No, but
so,
you can't just go
anyways.
do it privately.
Also, it was a really windy day, so I didn't want my.
All
Urine.
right. that's-
Anyway.
So, we're trying to get it out. The big white truck gets stuck, and we're just kind of stuck down there.
because the big white truck, it pulled us out from the tailgate, and then it turned us around, and then we got pulled from the bumper, and
Yeah,
we were
which was-
kind of close. We were like 6-7 feet across.
Nah, it was like 10.
It was 10.
It was a good chunk. But anyways,
I'm
we were
retarded.
going, and we just kind of got stuck down at the bottom. We tried and tried, and eventually this guy who luckily lived right there
Yeah, we saw the house, and we were like, maybe we should
came
get
out
help. And
because
we
he
were like,
came
no.
home. He got home. Their family got home while they were pulling us out with the Dodge at the beginning.
Yeah.
But we got stuck down there. The guy comes down. He's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Is okay?" Blah blah blah. He was kind of sick of people getting stuck there in the first place.
Yeah, and it's not even his road; it's a county
dude.
road that they won't.
No,
put
but it's
gravel
just
on.
annoying because he's the guy that has to pull it out. But the
Yeah.
county road doesn't like to maintain the road,
Mhm.
so he's like, it's really hard to get people to get them to come out and maintain it. So just when it gets messed up, it gets annoying after a while.
Yeah.
But anyways, he came and pulled out his his skid steer, and
Yeah, and it had chains on, so
yeah, the skid steer had chains and everything. So we used the tow rope, pulled the Dodge out. That came out fine with the skid steer, and then he came down with the skid steer, grabbed onto the Ranger, and just yanked the Ranger out.
Ford Ranger.
And John and I
Our
are sitting in the
savior.
Ranger listening to this amazing music, and it's like
Yeah, it
a
was-
scene from a movie where we're like
It's like Zelda.
saved, and it's this Legend of Zelda inspired music.
So it sounds kind of like it, but it's like
But
a
like-
big.
Yeah, it's like orchestra, and we're just like vibing to that and laughing, and the guy's just pulling us out, and I'm just going with him, and we're having fun. He pulls us out to the dry spot, and we're unstuck.
Isaac's like, my apologies, sir.
My apologies, sir.
Did that happen again,
Saya.
sir?
Yeah.
I did say, sir. I was like, I'm sorry, sir. I should have known better. Blah, blah,
Deepest
blah.
And then
Condolences.
Dad was
But
all like,
By the time,
"Yeah, this idiot got stuck."
By
and
the
just
He
But-
totally threw him under the bus.
That
by
wasn't
the time it was all said and done, the guy was super happy. He wasn't upset or anything.
Yeah, we'll go bring him a card or something in the summer.
We'll do something in the
Yeah,
summer when it
you
clears
guys
up.
better.
But so
Go help him.
Yeah.
I
so-
asked him if he wanted me to do so. He's like, the first one's free. The second one I'll make you call the tow truck, and I don't know if they come out here. So
yeah.
I was like, okay. But
So-
yeah, so we did all that, and once we got back on the dirt road, we started driving, and we were gonna just head to youth group at this point because it was like 6:30 already at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we were
we-
watching a movie for youth group,
Yeah,
so it's
but we-
kind of
So we
okay
weren't
to be
really
late.
worried
we
about
thought
it.
we had to run home because we didn't know that we were watching a movie, and then we're like, we're watching a movie, and that's how that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get back, we start heading back, and it's funny because right as we're pulling out of that dirt road area, John's parents pass us
We're
to
like,
go find
Is
us.
that my dad?
We're like, was that your dad?
And they totally could have like helped
So-
pull us out of there.
We stopped, pulled over, and they came up by us, and then
For reference, they have a big 4x4. What is it? Excursion.
big
Yeah, an
7-3 excursion.
Yeah, and the excursion is it's a big old diesel.
Yeah,
and
7.3.
What an excursion is basically just an F3 with a back instead of a bed.
Yeah, it's like an F-350 that's an SUV.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore.
No, it's
sadness.
just sad. But
But-
yeah, the excursion, the one they have has a big 7.3 in it. Power
Mom's
stroke.
like, John, what the heck?
So yeah,
I thought you were
That-
dead.
She called Tessa.
yeah.
That's how Tessa found
So
out.
we all did that, and we got them after that.
She
we
would.
just headed our way to youth group, all muddy and dirty.
And we watched a really
Then we
horrific
watched
movie. And
Passion
it
of
was,
the Christ.
It was
That was-
insane.
and then we like
gnarly.
cried. And
I didn't cry.
John
I
cried
didn't,
so
but-
hard. And
John was sobbing.
So actually, that's false.
Guys, they didn't.
John and
Hi.
Isaac were
Anyway,
sobbing.
I
onto
kind of
each
just
other's
watched there. It
shoulders.
was weird because the whole movie's not in English. It's all in a different language. So you kind of sit there and read the subtitles, then you stop reading the subtitles, and you're like, wait, why aren't they speaking English? And then, like, you just subconsciously read the subtitles, and you stop, and you're like, wait.
I don't have that.
What
basically,
I'm
moral
not
of the
that
story: pigs won't wrestle themselves.
Moral of Got the him. story.
Yeah, that was our story when we got to youth group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pig
Why are you guys
wrestling.
all muddy and late? It's like
Pig wrestling.
pig wrestling went late and
Traffic.
traffic was bad. So
We had our story.
That was the cap tour night.
And then we got a car wash that night. It was the best.
then we got a
week
car
ever.
wash.
But
It
it
did
didn't
absolutely
work.
It didn't do
nothing.
anything.
Night.
It didn't do anything.
Yeah, that wasn't
I
night.
love
Yeah, and then
car
we took it the
washes.
next day and actually had
Took
fun
it the
car
next
washing
day,
and
and
stuff.
I peed in the car wash.
They're so-
Well, actually, we went in the Ranger. We did the automatic one.
Yeah,
Or
not
the
automatic. We
did
did
the,
the one that you like spray it down. With all
Yeah,
the,
we did like the whole
which
thing.
is fun. Yeah, we really cleaned it. It's really
It's
nice
like
and clean.
it's like
now.
a whole wheel, and it has a bunch of different things you click it to.
Yeah.
and it's like
So the Ranger's all sparkly right now.
yeah,
a
it is.
laundry machine because you
Not
click
even-
it.
nope.
Just ding, ding, ding. Oh, we would know.
So then after that, we went and grabbed
Wait,
the
I
Dodge
know.
and washed that.
which
just
is all
in an
muddy by that
automatic
point
wash.
too.
Yeah. So
And
then
we watched that, and I really needed to pee, so I peed in a bottle in the car wash. So
Yeah, you
that's
did.
my property now.
yeah.
We're not
So
going
that
in
car
the
wash
car
is our
again.
property now.
Yeah,
Got
it,
it.
well, I was the
Yeah.
only one who
Yeah,
peed.
the car wash.
I mean,
is
unless
John's property.
there's something you're not telling me, but
Nope.
but
So yeah,
Anyways,
that was pretty much it.
That
was
was
a
our
good
weekend.
story.
thank you.
It
Um,
I take
actually
full,
like an 8 out
happened.
of
I take
10.
writer's credit for
None
that
of
one.
that was fake.
That was actually all a story. None of it happened. Just kidding.
What we
And
actually did on
Estimate
Sunday was
version.
took naps.
And that's why the
And-
podcast
And pig
is
wrestling.
named
pig
the
wrestling.
Winky Squid.
You can't. Oh my
That-
I
goodness.
tried my hardest.
No, you
That was
didn't.
not your hardest. Try better. It's like
It's like you go like this. It's like we were driving on those back roads and
I got
we
a good
came
one
up
though.
over this hill. Yeah, go for it. John.
Okay, so well, actually, I want to hear yours first, so I can take from it and make mine
Oh,
better
yeah,
than
okay.
yours.
So
Okay.
we were. It's like we
Wait,
were
is this
driving
a
down
Winky
this
Squid
back
sto-
road,
I'm calling you out.
and we came over this hill, but like the hill was all muddy and crap, and we just started sliding down.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of the hill is just this huge like squid, and it's just looking at us. It's got a party hat and it's winking at us. And
I had a couple of them.
I thought the squid was gonna pull you into the mud.
no.
I
Almost.
I
It
was
was
gonna
close.
use one like that. So like we were
I
coming.
was gonna do that.
You know,
that was mine.
That was mine.
I do
story.
that.
I would do that.
Like the Vine, because those are so
Yeah, we're like,
relevant.
"Huh, with the poop,
I
it's so
do
funny."
that.
Yep. But
Dad, you gotta put that on there.
If I can find it.
I'll send it to you. I have it.
Okay, send it to me.
yeah, for our audio listeners, it was an inside joke that only the visual audience can see.
So
So we were coming down this hill, and there's a big like mud pit, and we're like, we should go around that. So it's like really muddy, and there's a lot of water and stuff, like we said.
Mhm.
So he's coming up, and he goes around the side, and someone starts yanking us in, and it's
giant
Oh,
That was
almost as good
it's
as my
great.
story.
huge
I
purple.
I dipped at the end. I didn't want to do the whole thing.
That's what I do a lot of my stories. I kind of just
or I was
so-
shifting
Give
with
up.
the knob.
there was
and
this guy driving a car and he got shot in the head and then now he's winking
And the
that's
Winky
the squid and he's gotten boom.
No, you could
my
do
favorite story
a
I did
pig
is still
rendition.
episode 7.
My favorite's the Minecraft one.
Yeah,
Minecraft
that's the
one's
best out of all.
All right, guys, thank you for watching the
No,
podcast.
wait, hold on,
We're
I have
gonna
one more.
wrap this
Is that
up.
What do you
Wait.
have, John?
So I was shifting with my knob,
I was shifting my knob and like
shifting my knob,
And
and
a
the
squid.
the thing came
There's a
off,
squid And there was
and I'm
this
like, shoot, man, I need
squid
another
in
shifting
there.
knob because I'm going 95 and a 45, and I need to make this turn.
so I pull my
That's
trusty
what that
squid
is.
out of my pocket, jam it on the shift lever, and just
Squid. I look in the glove compartment. There's nothing there, and I'm looking around the seat, and somebody hands me this shifting knob. I screw it on without even looking, and then after I parked, I realized it's a squid winking, and that's how the
But he
I
doesn't-
realized
how
I
it
was in
got
the
its
car all
name.
by myself.
thanks,
Yeah.
John.
That's the whole.
That is how this
That's-
podcast was named.
That's right.
Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Renee, do you
You're
have a
very
It
week?
was a
welcome.
very much a breakthrough episode.
It was something.
Congratulations.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, great
Is it
job, you
Tuesday?
guys.
You
Moral
guys
of
are
the
so
story.
good with women.
Thanks, I know.
Moral of the
Yeah.
story: don't
Hey.
drive a Ford Ranger.
Who's the best with women?
You're
Also-
the best
Rangers are
with
okay if
women.
they're
You're
4x4.
better with
Don't
Isaac
drive
and
a rear-
John.
It's Uncle Banana.
Hey, what?
Banana.
I heard my
That's so
name.
mean.
she's
Don't
being
drive
nice
a
to
rear-wheel
me.
drive
I
Ford
was
Ranger.
being nice.
You can't
to
get
Benea.
mad at her if she's right.
I guess I
Oh.
can.
I'm a liberal.
Oh.
You're not coming on this podcast ever again.
You guys are banned from the podcast. Also,
Banned.
Benea is because he didn't talk the whole time. Frick you, Benea.
I wasn't. I was just
Jeez.
listening. I wasn't there.
All right.
You're a
so-
viewer today.
Guys,
Benea's
this is
permanent viewer.
permanent viewer.
Permanent viewer.
You're the only
Permanent viewer.
you're
I'm
the only
guest left.
You're the only host.
All right.
Wait,
Canon.
So,
Canon.
Canon.
Oh.
You can't canon.
Canon.
No.
Benea, you want to make this canon?
No.
Canon me,
Frick
Dad.
you, Dad.
Dumb cannon.
You're a dumb canon.
Dumb.
All right.
I used
so
to
it
know
is
a kid
canon
named
because
Canon.
two of us agreed on it.
That's
So
correct.
thanks for watching, you stupid people.
Idiots.
Love you.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
hate
smash
you
that
guys.
retard button.
Follow us on Instagram at Biscit
Smash that.
Studios
Yeah.
and Facebook.
Smash that retard.
Thank you all for
button.
watching. That's gonna.
Thank you for
be-
watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for
Man,
Clementine
man,
and Sophie coming on the podcast.
Pep-
Amen.
welcome.
Pepsi Max.
What the frick?
Man, I hate our viewers.
I hate our
Hey,
viewers.
Man, I hate our viewers.
I hate her.
Penis.